I also have sources outside of the internet, but however, those sources are family members and other people that knew Uncle Harley and worked with him, such as people from Mary and Kay Spices. And I do not believe that they would willingly go to somebody either impersonating Colonel Sanders or somebody just trying to figure out the recipe and give them trade secrets or even information that could be considered trade secret. So what I'm saying is I trust my sources. And when it comes to the Claudia Sanders Dinner House, they do not serve the original recipe. Everybody says that they do, including podcasters and content creators that post about the Claudia Sanders Dinner House. They inaccurately say it was a restaurant that Uncle Harley made out of spite of Kentucky Fried Chicken and to compete with them with his original recipe. Completely false. After he sold out in 1964, he was already creating a small mom-and-pop shop for his wife and him to run. Now, he still lived in Canada for 4 to 5 months out of the year, but he would come back to Kentucky and stay there. He also had a home in California and a home in Florida, but Kentucky was his primary residence. So he had people that he hired to oversee the restaurant when he was in Canada, but he would oversee it himself with his wife when they were there. And they had Mary and Kay Spices supply 99X, a recipe that is believed to be a variant of his original, but not 100% his original. So we could say it's close, but we can't say that it is 100% the recipe. It's not. And when I spoke with the people from Mary and Kay Spices, they told me it's not the recipe, but they believe Uncle Harley had to give something to their grandfather, Bill Summers, in order to create what they did. And when Bill Summers created it, Uncle Harley said, "This is good enough. This is my recipe." Now, the only thing out of spite was Uncle Harley going to 200 franchisees and giving them 99X. This also caused a lot of confusion across the country and other places that he had 99X established, because people thought they were getting the 100% original recipe from the Colonel himself. When it comes to paprika, I just don't see any evidence of it being in there. Red pepper? Sure, I can see that being in there because of Mary and Kay Spices. Though it's not the recipe, it's a variant of it, and if we go by the notion that Uncle Harley told everybody it's a very common recipe that he made, just nobody knows what the amounts are or what it is, I can take an educated guess and say that that red is red pepper, cayenne pepper. When it comes to the milk and egg wash and the marination of the chicken, Uncle Harley told my grandfather that you don't have to get fancy with all that stuff. You can just dip it in egg and bread it. Does that mean that's how he did it at Kentucky Fried Chicken? No, but that's what he told my grandfather, is you don't have to get real fancy with that. But when I marinate my chicken, I let it sit in Tabasco sauce and buttermilk. And then I bread the chicken, dip it in the egg, bread it, and fry it. But I don't always use the buttermilk. That last little bit is not known to the world other than from what I posted on my page. That's something Uncle Harley told my family.